There are a lot of videos on YouTube just like this one. But let me ask you, can you really get high on your own supply? What's the deal with DMT or dimethyltryptamine, aka the spirit molecule? It's one of the most powerful hallucinogenic drugs out there, and why everyone thinks it's so cool is because it's naturally found in a lot of animals, including you and me. The caveat is that it's found in such small, trace amounts in the human brain, supposedly produced by the pineal gland. And some claim that your brain is flooded with DMT when you're born and just before you die. And they say it's what's responsible for near-death experiences. But who's actually saying that? A lot of people have shared their DMT experiences online, and there are a lot of similarities between stories. Some common themes include feelings like you're one with the universe, and subsequently that causes your ego to suffocate and die, which can be extremely frightening for some individuals, while others embrace that feeling and feel comfort and joy. And this oneness with the universe is kind of how a lot of people explain their NDEs, their near-death experiences. So there's a little bit of connection in that sense. But with DMT specifically, there's a very strange common thing between a lot of people's experiences. A lot of people who do DMT claim to have met elves, literally like real elves. And listening to people share their experiences, it's bizarre.
It's just the death of your ego. Now your ego died, you felt so naked and afraid.
My most profound experiences are there was a bunch of court jesters giving me the finger.
People generally smoke DMT, but there are a lot of videos out there that claim that we can do breathing techniques to release DMT into our own brains in larger quantities naturally and produce a natural high. Is that true? I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm gonna perform an experiment. I'm gonna try it and see if I can do that. Since DMT is a Schedule 1 drug and illegal in the US, I'm going to do the natural means of getting high on DMT and to see if breathing techniques like the Wim Hof method allow me to enter an alternate dimension ruled by elves. And I'm ready for it. Also, I'm going to be doing it in Leia buns because my nephew asked me to do Leia buns challenge, which you should subscribe. I'm trying to get to my next goal, and comment down below what kind of challenge you want to see me do. That's what this channel is all about. Getting me to 100 million subscribers. I want 100 million subscribers. Subscribe now and tell me what to do. Before we do this breathing technique, let's take a look at a popular video explaining how to release DMT into your brain.
In this video, we are talking about how to get high on your own supply from your pineal gland using breathwork. These are ancient techniques, massive benefits. You might be thinking, okay, well, look, the title says DMT. How the heck that there's crystals on it and all this different stuff? It's really, really cool. That's a great book that goes into depth, is secreting hormones. And one of the hormones that it secretes is DMT. And this is released, it's the most powerful psychedelic compound known to the human body. And on that second inhale right here,
you basically just breathe in, 30 times in, deep breaths. All the way in, and then all the way out. And then on the final one, you go, it's all the way out, and you hold for like a minute. Then after you hold with the breath out, you breathe in deep again, 1. And then on a second, you hold for 30 seconds. And then you exhale, and then you just repeat that process. Most videos about these people who are trying to induce a hallucinogenic state by doing breath work or releasing DMT, opening up your third eye. There are a lot of videos of people doing this for like 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes or something like that. I'm going to do this for 1 hour and see if I can induce a hallucination. And then I will record what my experience is before and after. So here we go. I'm not feeling sick, but I'm not feeling super great. I've got a headache, and I've got kind of like the start of a sore throat. Effie's been sick, and she's been trying to get over like a chest cold or something. And my hope is that doing this breathing technique will kind of boost my body's immune system and help me to not get sick. I don't know that I'm gonna like hallucinate or have any grand experience, but maybe. I know that there are physiological things that happen when you do these deep breathing meditations for long periods of time. So I'm gonna I'm gonna create a time lapse of me here, and the hope is that I experience some sort of euphoria and like maybe hallucinate. I don't know what's realistic here. I'm gonna dim the lights and get everything set up. So here we go. I lay down, and you can see that my chest is kind of going up and down. This was very difficult to do. You might not think that like breathing exercises should be like difficult, but doing this for an hour, it's literally like 30 deep breaths, like all the way in and all the way out. And then on the 30th breath, you go out and hold for like a minute out. And then you breathe in deep twice and then hold for 30 seconds. I had some audio guiding me through this for an hour. And initially I had this set to do 2 hours, but I couldn't do 2 hours. I was like 1 hour was enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, that was rough. Okay, so I felt I can't really talk. You know, I can't really articulate how that was. I'm gonna like relax for a little bit, and I will get back to you. My gosh, why? Oh. It was quite the experience. I'll say that. So I did not really hallucinate. I did see some like shapes and like vivid colors in my eyes. And when you go through the first set, you feel very light. You almost feel cold, like your head, my lips and my head go like ice cold, and you just start to feel kind of like loopy and weird and strange. And then you do it again. So the first time I actually couldn't hold the 1 minute out. I couldn't hold it. I had to breathe before the 1 minute. After the second and third sets, it became increasingly easier to be able to hold the minute out, and I was able to do that from there on out. But I actually was not able to continually do this over and over and over again. After like the fifth set of going through that process, I couldn't do another one. Like I didn't hallucinate. I didn't meet with the elves. I didn't have any strange experience like that. But there was a point after like the 5th or 6th set of doing that process, the 30 in and out, and then long hold, and then deep breathe in. I had an extreme sense of like anxiety, almost a little bit of terror, and I don't know why. I feel like I had plenty of oxygen in my system, but like, and that happened several times throughout that hour where I was just like, oh my gosh, like I had to stop doing the breathing technique, and I don't know what to attribute that to. It was very strange. And then I would like sit back and I would like compose myself, and I just wouldn't do the whole set, and then I would start over on the next one. It's very interesting, very strange. DMT and the pineal gland, separating fact from fiction. This is Healthline. Does the pineal gland actually produce DMT? The idea that the pineal gland produces enough DMT to produce psychoactive effects came from the popular book DMT, The Spirit Molecule, written by clinical psychiatrist Rick Strassman in 2000. The human body does produce DMT. It's just a matter of, does it produce enough DMT to actually produce psychoactive effects, and what are the circumstances in which it does produce that? What if I love this response right here. What if I activate my pineal gland? The Healthline's response is, that's unlikely to happen. Other negative side effects of DMT include hallucinations, often involving elf-like creatures or alien beings. I did not hallucinate. I didn't see any elves or alien beings. Distorted sense of time and body. I think I did feel a little bit of like a distorted sense of time and body. When you I had the light. There was no light. I couldn't see any light coming in, and then doing that breathing, you get into this weird state. I mean, I feel like I had a little bit of distorted sense of time and body. Agitation, I definitely did feel agitation, uneasiness, and anxiety during that process. There were times, like I said, where I just was like, I can't keep doing this breathing. I was like freaking out, and I felt like almost a sense of doom almost. It was very strange. Visual disturbances, even without doing breathing techniques, when I close my eyes at night, I see like color, like flashes of color. So that kind of is normal for me. But I did see a little bit of like shapes and patterns, kind of how they talk about fractal patterns just in my mind's eye, I guess. But I see that sometimes without even doing breathing techniques. So I don't know if that's how significant that is. Rapid rhythmic eye movements, increased heart rate and blood pressure, probably. Dizziness, definitely dizziness. Yeah, so all of those are kind of straight on. So I got some of the effects, but not like the most significant ones, side effects of DMT, just from doing breath work. This is what I will say. So it was a mixed bag for me. There are parts of the time where your body feels super light, super fuzzy, super like, oh, like this is cool, this is weird, whatever. But then I also did have that like pretty significant anxiety as well. And then when I got out of it, as you see in the video, I can barely like talk. I could not articulate how I felt. It was just like, I just don't even want to be talking or looking at the camera, like lay down and not do breathing exercises. That said, I went to sleep and then I woke up the next day and I felt amazing. Like the people in the movies who were just unreasonably happy. Like I was like, man, I wanna go hiking, or like I wanna do like all these different things. And I just felt really great the next day. I think it did help, honestly. I feel like it helped like the sickness that I was starting to exhibit. I don't think it cured it, but I think it did help it. But then like during the next day is very strange. I felt really good about certain things in life in general, but I noticed more than normal things that didn't usually irritate me were just like kind of grating on my nerves a little bit. Not to like an extreme degree, like that wouldn't have normally bothered me, but it's bothering me. That said, I want to be super productive. I want to go hike. I want to write. I want to write my book. I want to do all these different things. And I felt really good in that sense, but it was just very odd. You would think that it would either just make you feel good or it would make you feel bad. But this was like certain things were emphasized while other things kind of irritated me a little bit more. And actually thinking about it, I think maybe it cleared my mind, oxygenated my blood enough to the point where it's like maybe it wasn't altering my consciousness, but maybe just getting me back to who I actually am and just allowing me to see more of the things that I take pleasure in life. That things that give me pleasure and being more motivated to do those things, but then also allowing me to see the things or feel the things more fully that might bother me or annoy me, but I've just suppressed and pushed down. So this was a very interesting experience. It was a very interesting thing to do. It was very difficult to do. I don't recommend doing it. If you do it, I recommend doing it just for like 10 or 15 minutes. But if you want to try like an hour, I recommend just doing it very carefully. But this was me, Jake Winterfeld, doing the Wim Hof breathing technique for an hour. And I did it in Leia buns because down below, my nephew commented do a video on Leia buns. And the purpose of this channel is to get to 100 million subscribers while doing the challenges that my subscribers ask me to do. So comment down below and you might just see your challenge in a video in the future. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.